Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Solution Podcast. It's the solution. Yes, yes. It's the solution, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for the truth. That's what we are here for. It's the Solution Podcast. Let's get to the solution. Let's work out these problems. Let's get to it. Let's tell them the truth. Let's stop the lies. Let's give them the evidence. The Solution Podcast. We got you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you stay tuned. I hope, comment. Hold on. Let me say that again. I hope you comment, like, and subscribe. We've got you. We're gonna tell you the truth. We're not gonna lie. And don't forget, ladies and gents, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
And we are live. We have JM. Today is going to be the moderator, but he'll chime in. Guys, listen, this is not a debate. This is just a normal, regular discussion. And today we're going to be talking about exploring child marriage in Islam and Christianity. It's a discussion mainly between me and Hassan. I'm Octavio. Octavio, I'm a Catholic. Hassan is a Muslim, obviously. JM is a truth seeker. So, and he's going to be moderating if we are, for example, talking over each other and so on and so forth. He's going to come in and, restore order, so to speak. JM, yeah, bro, leave it to you. JM? Where's JM at? We're still on silent. Hassan, what's going on, bro?
How you doing? You all right?
I'm here, guys.
Okay. Hassan, are you ready for this?
Am I ready for a discussion that we have all the time? Yeah, sure.
JM?
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready. So can I just clarify something? What is the topic of this discussion? Just for the audience, so they understand.
We are going to be. Sir Hassan, do you want to answer that question?
Yeah, sure. So as the title says, child marriage in Islam and child marriage in Christianity. Although I think there is a slight effort to present this as a debate, referring to JM as a moderator, where he's not. He's just a fellow panel, fellow guest. This is not a debate. I don't debate, or I don't mind debating, but I'm definitely not knowledgeable to debate this topic. We're just exploring it and just talking about it. What is the Islamic view on child marriage? What is the Christian view on marriage?
Well, that's a good way to start. We start that way. So maybe if Nelson goes first and he could maybe talk about what is the Christian view of child marriage, and then Hassan can give us the Islamic view, and then we can maybe have a discussion after that.
I'm going to give my position.
All right.
Position
about child marriage, yeah.
About child marriage, yeah.
Okay. In relation to Christianity or Islam or both?
Islam.
Okay. So Hassan, do you want to make a statement about your view of child marriage of Christianity, just to keep it balanced?
No, not really. I don't know much about Christianity, to be honest with you. I don't even know much about Islam, so. We're just all three regular guys just talking. That's
all right. Okay, go ahead.
Von Eric, where's your faith? Blessings to you, brother. Yes, my position is that Islam allows men to marry babies. And this can be found in the Quran. It can be found in the Hadiths.
Could we have some quotes and to substantiate that?
Oh yes. Um, was it Talak 65:4? If you check, if you
Do you
go
not
to
have it
the
on the screen?
Yeah,
Mhm.
let's do that.
Yeah, do you mind
How do
putting it
you
on the
spell
screen?
it? How do you spell it?
It's just
uh,
chapter 65. You don't need to go.
chapter 65:4.
Yeah. Because I assume you'd have it on the screen.
Just Quran 65:4. I mean, because we're just having a discussion, it's not a debate. I didn't think I had to be extremely formal about everything.
No. You just usually you whatever you quote, you usually put it on the screen. It's just
Yeah,
when you're quoting, it'll be difficult for
yeah.
people
That
to
it's
remember
usually
what.
in the context of a debate, I'll do that. But since you're being very firm on the idea of
You
this
don't
not.
have to. You don't
So
have. You don't have to.
I think you'll have to put it up on your screen. On the screen, I've got it there.
Yeah, you've got it there. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're a lifesaver. JM. Just to let you know that. Hold on a second.
Putting a
There you
quote
go.
on the screen to
There
life.
you go. Can you just like I can't actually read it, but it's Surah Al Talaq
Is that a newspaper?
65. This guy.
That's the Quran is a newspaper.
I told you this was a discussion or debate. It's a screenshot. Bro, can you not go on images? Can you just go to Quran? I can read it out. Look, I'll read it out for you guys. Yeah. This is what it says. As for your women past the age of menstruation, in case you do not know, the waiting period is 3 months. And those who have not menstruated as well. As for those who are pregnant, their waiting period ends with delivery. And whoever is mindful of Allah, He will make their matters easy for them. So what it's basically talking about here, guys, and I'm sure Hassan already knows this because he's a Muslim. It's talking about the period uh, between marriages, the divorce period. So if you divorce someone, um, then a woman has to wait 3 months before she can remarry again or enter into another relationship with a man. So, and it's talking about, and it's distinguishing. It's distinguishing between women who are past the age of menstruation. Um,
Can
so
you add put my screen on the stage so everyone can read what you just said? Because I think I wanted to read it as well.
oh, you want me to read
verse now?
the actual verse? Yeah.
Bring it up.
Hold on a second. I have to share my screen and all of that. Hassan, you okay? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just listening. I should be silent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just not interrupting as I shouldn't be.
You okay? Yeah.
No, I interrupt. I'm interrupting. I stay silent. I'm not okay.
Guys, can you see it?
Yeah, perfect. Can you
Yeah.
even big it up though?
I can do it.
Can you big it
Is
up?
that
Yeah.
better?
Yeah, that's perfect. Well,
That's perfect.
That's perfect. Yeah.
How perfect is that though?
Well,
It's amazing.
As for your women past the age of menstruation, in case you do not know, their waiting period is 3 months. And those who have not menstruated as well. Okay, so as for those who are pregnant, their waiting period ends with delivery. So age of what's this about? Waiting for what specifically?
So basically, in Islam, it's called the Ida period, which means after a woman divorces a man in Islam,
Right.
they have to wait 3 months, just in case they're pregnant, just in case, for those reasons. So in order for them to remarry again, they have to wait 3 months. So, and it's giving you the different types of women. So he's saying, as for women past the age of menstruation, so that would be women obviously going through menopause. Okay. In
No,
case
it doesn't mean menopause. Okay, no, I don't think it means menopause. I think that means just women that have are having menstruation.
menstruation is what period, right?
Yeah.
periods.
So I don't think it means women who stopped having one.
They
No,
began the menstruation.
so
according
most
to JM.
when
Past the
most
age of menstruation.
yeah, past the age of menstruation. So
Right.
most women that are no longer menstruating, no longer having a period, or are past the age of their period, is would you say that
Menopause.
it's menopause or not?
Yeah. Well, that the way you describe it, yes, menopause.
Yeah. So
That's not what this verse is referring to, no. It's
what do
not
you mean?
referring to women in the menopause, that first sentence.
So who are the women that are past the age of menstruation?
I assume that meant people that are women that are have had their first period. Past that,
Yeah,
any woman that's had their first period.
I can see how he would interpret it that way. Past the age of menstruation, meaning you've reached that period where you do menstruate.
No, what I mean, what I can do,
You can carry on reading that.
no. What I can do is I can read the tafsirs that give the correct interpretation, because according to the tafsirs, is they're talking about women who are on menopause. According to
Okay,
that,
fair enough then. All right.
and that's what the tafsir says.
Okay.
According to Islamic scholars, I'm talking about Muhammad's cousin.
Right.
I'm talking about Muhammad's earliest scholars. That's what they say, not me. I'm not saying any of this.
Okay.
So, in case you do not know, the waiting period is 3 months. And those who have not menstruated as well. So, who are the women who have not had their periods? Who would you guys identify that as?
Prepubescent women, children.
Prepubescent children. Thank you. As for those who are pregnant, so it covers.
What did the tafsir say, by the way? What does the tafsir say? What that means?
Yeah, I was going to go into it now.
Okay.
Let me stop sharing that.
See how much easier it is having it on the screen.
So you guys know what my argument is, basically, right? Okay, hold on a second. Okay, according to the tafsirs, first we have I don't know. I can't seem to zoom in. All right, but this is what it says. Okay, this is Ibn Abbas. Okay, this is Muhammad's cousin, and he says, "And for such of your women as despair of menstruation because of old age, and for such of your women as despair of menstruation because of old age, if you doubt about their waiting period, their period of waiting shall be 3 months, upon which another man asked, O Messenger of Allah, what about the waiting period of those who do not have menstruation because they are too young, along with those who have it not because of young age? Their waiting period is 3 months." Okay, so this is what Ibn Abbas is saying. He's basically saying, so when it talks about women who have not yet menstruated, it's talking about women, it's talking about prepubescent children, basically. That's what it's talking about. All right. So this is what Ibn Abbas said, and we can go into Ibn Kafir. The either of those in menopause and those who do not have menses. This is what I was trying to tell you there earlier, JM, is referring to menopause. Allah the Exalted clarifies the waiting period of the woman in menopause, and that is the one whose menstruation has stopped due to her old age.
Right.
Okay, so that's that. It's not me saying it, bro. It's them.
Yeah.
Her Ida is 3 months. Her Ida, so the period after divorce, that's what Ida means, is 3 months instead of the 3 monthly cycles for those who menstruate, which is based upon the ayah in Surah Al-Baqarah C228. The same for the young who have not reached the years of menstruation. They Ida is 3 months like those in menopause. This is the meaning of his saying. So my argument is, according to the scholars, the Muslim scholars, the most respected, they're saying that basically Muslims are allowed to marry babies. Men in Islam are allowed to marry babies. There is actually no age. So, I mean, that's my argument. That's just what I'm going to be arguing. So I'm going to leave it to brother Hassan to. I mean, we can end it right now. I mean, it's up to you guys, but it's kind of over at this point. But I think I've proven my point. I've showed you the verse. I've showed you the tafsirs according to Islam. This is not me making it up. So my claim that that men can marry babies in Islam is allowed.
So am I to understand that there's been, when judging by this verse here, I'm assuming that there's been scenarios where a prepubescent child has been married and the husband has died and they've married again.
Yes.
Why are you assuming that?
Well, this is about laws, guidance around remarrying after being widowed, correct?
Where
Yes.
does it say widowed?
Not widowed, but divorced.
Divorced. Sorry. Okay, divorced. Okay, so let me rephrase my statement.
Mhm.
So this assumes, I have to assume from this that a scenario has occurred where a prepubescent child has been married, divorced, and married again.
Yes. So which
So,
basically
for example,
means,
a 6-year-old who got married,
yep,
got divorced at, let's say, 7,
yep,
and then got married again at 7, and this is all happening before her first period.
yep.
Well,
Or
it has to be 3 months, actually. So, yeah.
or a prepubescent child that married at 3 or 2, got divorced, and then waited 3 months until remarried again. Now,
Yeah.
you wasted your time with that debate with Dawood because you could have just brought this up. Instead of going through definitions of what a child is. But anyways, I've been speaking for long enough. I've presented my case. Let brother Hassan state his case.
I've got no case. I don't have much of a case. If your argument was, although I don't think you've proven your case, I'll say that much. If your argument, the title of this discussion is Islam, child marriage, and you began by stating,
that's not the title. That's not the title.
Okay, what's the title?
Exploring child marriage in Islam and Christianity. Discussion. Octavio versus Hassan.
Okay, cool. Exploring whatever.
In Islam, Christianity.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to keep it fair on both sides.
No, that's good. That's good. Now and then you went on to say that Islam allows you to marry babies, right?
Yes.
And then you used the Quran, quoted the tafsir of the Quran, which is an explanation of the Quran, and then you said Islam proves. I've now proven that you can marry a baby in Islam.
Yes.
It's the word Islam that I have an objection with. I think what you've done is you've proven using the Quran you can marry a baby. But that's not proving Islam. It's not proving that you can marry a baby in Islam.
Is the Quran not part of Islam?
It is part of Islam, just like tires are part of a car, just like seats are part of a car. But tires and a seat don't make Islam. And you know this.
Can I chime in a bit there? From my understanding, is the Quran the word of Allah?
Yes.
And so, I mean, it's a fundamental. There's no Islam without the Quran.
Correct.
So, I mean, I think it's quite legitimate to say, if you're mentioning something within the Quran, to then say Islam prohibits or doesn't prohibit based on what the holy book of the religion says. It's similar with the Christians, by the way. I mean, this is why I have an issue with some Christianity, because they deviate from what,
by adding things.
they deviate or add to. But fundamentally, without the Bible, Christianity would exist.
It's the same thing with Islam. Without the Quran, Islam doesn't exist.
Not
But
true.
with the
But,
Quran, sorry, Karen. Yeah, go on.
no, I don't mean to interrupt you. I just giving my little rebuttal there, but I don't want to deviate from what the conversation is. So you're saying that basically saying that the
Oh,
Quran
were
is
you going to talk about Christianity? Is that what you're going to say?
no. You're basically saying that the Quran is not part of Islam or it's not Islam.
I never said that. No, I literally said, as JM said, you can't have Islam without the Quran. I think that's what JM said. Is that correct, JM?
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree too.
Yeah. But all you've done is
the issue is, why have you objected to Nelson saying Islam?
Yeah, because JM knows, Octavio knows very well that you can't have the Quran without Hadith. He actually quoted it to one of his another podcast that he was on, where he was debating Islam or some topic about Islam, to the features, a guest that's been on the podcast, and he's correct. You can't have Islam without the Hadith. Based on what he's read so far, I would say he's correct. You can use the Quran to prove the idea that you can marry babies, but you can't say Islam allows you to marry babies because there are fundamental components he's missing out. Without the Hadith, you do not have Islam.
Right.
Okay.
Would you like me to present you more evidence counteracting your point?
If you don't mind, I don't want to keep interrupting you because I was speaking for a while, but I would say a good example of what we saw in the Quran. A good example of that is when we find Muhammad marrying a 6-year-old Aisha in the Quran.
Was Aisha a baby?
Sorry?
Was Aisha a baby?
No, but if I was to go by the Quran and the Hadiths, unless the Hadiths and the Quran prescribe a certain specific age by which to marry another a female, then I would kind of go along with you. So what we have is Muhammad choosing to marry a 6-year-old. And what we have in the Quran is basically saying that you can actually marry them earlier. So there is actually no age restriction within Islam as to when you can marry a young female. And the Hadiths back it up by Muhammad marrying a 6-year-old, which means he could have married her when she was 4.
Sure. So again, your argument was in Islam you can marry a baby, and now you're arguing there is no hadith that suggests age restrictions. Now you're saying there's no precise age given in the hadiths. I don't know why there would be, but let's go with that argument. That's a precise word fallacy. Do you want the hadith to say don't marry unless they're 17 years old and 33 months? Because it's possible that a 17-year-old has not reached puberty. It's possible that a 17-year-old has some sort of physical deformity that says that they are incapable of being married. Now, if we go with the precise word fallacy, that still causes harm. And I think your objection to an adult marrying a baby is the harm that it can cause, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's more. I've got loads of reasons for it. Yeah, but the harm would be, I mean, apart from being, a disgusting thing to do, but the harm that it can cause a child is definitely up there as to one of the reasons why you should not marry babies.
I would say it's number one because it's objectively true. But go on, Jay.
So I'm going to make this point. For me, so child marriages has happened in China, happened throughout the East. It's not exclusive to Islam. Children being, I don't know what the word is, basically betrothed. Yeah, to a man at very, very very young ages. So for me, that's not specific to Islam. For me, the issue is the consummation of the marriage, and that to me is a controversial. it's a critical point. Don't you think, Nelson? I understand you're trying to make the point about child marriage, but child marriage happened in basically every single culture historically has had some form of child marriage, what we would call child marriage now.
I'm not sure.
So my issue, is it not the consummation more the issue than the actual marriage itself? Because marriage does not mean consummation.
I mean, I have a problem with it all.
Okay.
But you're right. The consummation makes it worse. It makes it more problematic. It makes it more of an issue. You're absolutely right. The consummation, but nevertheless, even the practice itself of child marriage, I believe that to be wrong. But then again, you're right in mentioning the cultures around the world, and for example, today an adult would be in order for in England we consider an adult to be 18 years of age, right? That's what an adult is in England today. Back in the days and back in history, they didn't have the concept of adulthood the way we have the concept of adulthood today. I absolutely understand that, and for most, I've kind of researched historically speaking how old, and they used to get married around, from 12 to 14. That's the times when they would get married, but it wasn't really child marriage in the sense, because what you have is basically, the men used to get married. We always think that when these marriages were happening, it was an old man marrying a young, 12-year-old or 14-year-old, when the men used to be young and the women used to be young, for the most part. So I have a problem with child marriage, and I have a problem with the consummation, because in Islam, what they're saying is you can consummate marriage with a baby. You can literally
Where does it say that?
No.
Where does it say that?
Oh, the Talak surah. Sorry, what was it called again? I can share the screen for you again if you
Just
want.
do numbers. Yeah.
Talak 65, Surah Talak 65, 4. It says that, and the tafsirs, Kafir, Ibn Kafir, and Ibn Abbas. It basically says that you can marry babies if you want to in Islam, and you can consummate the marriage, because it's talking about divorce, within prepubescent children. Yeah, go ahead, bro. Sorry, because I'm really proving my point. I don't really. I want to know what you're going with your argument.
Sure. So two things. One, that first tafsir you're quoting is false. It's a false tafsir. You can just pretty much throw it out. It's not attributed to Ibn Abbas. It's proven to be false. This is an archive of tafsirs. It's not an authentication of tafsirs. That's one. Two, JM, did you see anything in the verse that says consummate the marriage with a minor?
No.
Okay. Octavio, do you mind putting my video on the screen?
Sorry, is this going to prove that the tafsir is false?
No. You can literally,
because when you said the tafsir is false, sorry to interrupt, bro.
Yes.
You have to substantiate that. You have to prove that it is false. You can't just say it is false and not provide any evidence whatsoever.
Okay, sure. So that first tafsir, Tanwir al-Mukhabas min tafsir Ibn Abbas. Ibn Abbas being the cousin of the Prophet. Copy and paste that. Google it. Type in false or real. Everything will confirm that it's false. I'm going to let you do that in your own time, but I'm just trying to present my case by putting the video.
No, you're asking me to do something that you should be doing, bro.
Okay, cool. I'll do that in a minute.
I do it. What is it? Say it again, Hassan.
You see, actually, let me put it on the screen. Let me just do it now, actually, because
just tell me so I can do it while you guys are talking.
I've actually already got it. Let me see that name, JM. Can you see that name written down? Okay, actually, JM, you can do it. You gonna do it?
Yeah. Just tell me the name.
JM,
Just highlight that name, and
No, 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 no. Hassan is not being thinking. You have to put Ibn Abbas, which was a real person in history. He was a cousin of Muhammad, and you have to put 65-4, and you have to type tafsir.
Okay.
Ibn Abbas.
This is very deceptive. What you're doing is you're lying, but fair enough.
No, it's not. Ibn Abbas. That's the name of the. That's the name of the person.
No. Why are you missing out the name of the book? The book that you've got quoted right there on the screen.
No, because if I'm wrong about something, we've got the name, we've got the tafsir, and we've got the what do you call it, the surah, and it will show up. It will show up.
Okay, I'll read something. Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
It is true that Ibn Abbas Tafsir is specifically the one found in Tanwir al-Mikbas.
Yes, that's
it. It's generally considered unreliable by many scholars. This is because a large portion of the commentary attributed to him is based on narrations through Muhammad ibn Ashab al-Kalbai, who is considered a weak narrator.
Okay.
However, it is important to note that this doesn't mean all of Ibn Abbas's tafsir is rejected, but rather that a significant portion of it, especially those found in Tanwir al-Mikbas, is not considered authentic.
Yeah, what about regarding 65-4? And then I want you to read Ibn Kathir.
Okay, so are we proven correct, or are we still trying?
No, we have not, because I've read two tafsirs.
Okay, so your first one's false. Fair enough.
No, my fault. Nothing that JM said said anything about my tafsir
Where's
being
JM gone?
You have, because he didn't say all of it is unreliable, as you guys like to claim. You have to prove that 65-4 is literally unreliable. Okay. And then we have to read what Ibn Kathir says. Okay. You're the one who claimed it's unreliable, bro. We only going down this path because you said it's unreliable. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Well, and so far I've been proven correct.
No, so far you have not been proven correct.
First, is the word unreliable and false not been presented by JM?
No, what JM presented was a commentary about Ibn. You guys are funny in Islam, but what JM presented was a commentary about what Ibn Abbas has written as a whole. He hasn't talked about.
That's not true. That's not true. Because you don't know the names of the books. You're just quoting from the screen.
Let's not interrupt each other. He hasn't specifically talked about whether 65-4 is reliable or unreliable. Jim, you there?
I'm here.
Yeah. Is 65-4? And then after that, I don't have to. I have
been looking. While you guys have been talking, I have looked.
Yeah, Ibn Abbas.
Most Muslim scholars don't agree with that takfir. They say it's false.
About 65-4, yeah.
Yeah, they say that the interpretation that means marriage of a child is a baby or a young child. They say that this is what they say. They say that's not what it means.
Okay. What about Ibn Kathir?
Yeah, type in the full name. The name of the book that you're quoting. So it's Kathir Kathir dash.
No. Ibn Kathir.
No. You've got a book. Whatever you've got on your screen, please allow JM to read that. Don't cut. Don't cut
Ibn Kathir 65-4 tafsir.
Okay, 65-4.
Ibn Kathir 65-4 tafsir.
Okay, I've done that.
What does it say?
It says the waiting period of the woman who has not menstruated for a year is 3 months. Who has not menstruated for a year. Oh, that's different. That's different now, Nelson.
There we go.
Bro, where are you reading this from, bro?
That's the first thing that came up. I literally said what you did.
Bro, are you reading from
I'll show it. I'll show.
I'm gonna have to do it myself, bro.
No. Well, first of all, just to show that I'm not making it up. Just please share my screen right now.
I'm saying it myself, bro.
Just share my screen, Nelson. Please. Just share my screen.
I'd rather have JM do it because he's a third source. So he's a third voice.
No,
He's impartial. He's impartial.
Hold
I
on
want
a
him to
sec.
fact check me as well. So,
Bro, allow it, man.
Share my screen, Nelson.
man's getting exposed out here, bringing it
Exposed,
false.
man.
So
Yeah,
if you
that's
can
what
see
I'm
in Google, I wrote down what Nelson asked me to write,
There you go. That's the
and
problem.
that's what came up.
Yeah, exactly. Ibn Kafir 65-4 tafsir.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
Now read what it says at the bottom.
That's what I'm trying to say. You have to go to Quran sources, not to what Google says. Google will tell you something completely different. You have to go to what Muslims actually say in regards to it. And if we go look, for example, I'll share my screen right now, and show you guys. So you guys know I'm not making this up. Not what Google says. Google say anything. Hold on a second. You can hold on a second. Remove. Yeah, you can even read that. Hold on. Can we read that?
That's exactly what I was looking at. The exact same page.
Yep. Can you read this bit here?
Can you
And
highlight
those of your women who has passed the age of monthly courses, for them the Ida prescribed period. If you have doubts about
No,
the
it's the
period,
one at the top. It's the one at the top. The one after, the one before that.
you gotta bring the screen. They can't see it all.
Yeah.
You gotta bring the screen down a bit then.
Me?
Yeah, because you can't see it all.
No, I'm sharing it because I'm sharing it from you. So you're supposed to put the screen up.
Oh, I didn't know you were I didn't know you were sharing my one. Sorry.
This is yours. This is yours.
This is yours, Octavio.
This is not mine.
No, this is not my one. That's your one, bro.
This is my one.
Yes, your one.
You're the one that was typing.
Bro, honestly, it wasn't me, bro. I'm telling you.
That was my one was the one that we said had the Google thing.
But I'm literally looking at my thing, and it's not.
Whose screen is this? Then that's the question.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll stop now.
Huh?
I think he's right. I think it was my screen.
It was your screen, bro. Well, I'm a Christian.
I brought it down a bit, so you can see it now.
Okay. Yeah. I think. Hold on a second.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
you can read it. You can read it there.
Whose screen is it now? Then?
Mine.
Okay, cool.
The waiting period of those of your women who have lost all expectation of menstruation shall be 3 months, in case you entertain any doubt. And the same shall apply to those who have not yet menstruated. As for pregnant women, their waiting period shall be until the delivery of their burden. Allah will create ease for them who fears Allah.
And read the next one down. Read the next one down.
And those of your women as have passed the age of monthly courses, for them the Ida prescribed period, if you have doubts about their periods, is 3 months. And those who have had no courses, if i.e. they are still immature, their Ida prescribed period is 3 months likewise. Yeah,
So,
I mean, judgment by that,
come
clear.
on, man.
For me, it means prepubescent. It says immature there.
Who have no courses. I mean, come on, man. It's like are we really going to spend a lot of time baiting something that we already know to be true?
Well, we could just point out the fact that the first tafsir that you quoted is false and not attributed to Ibn Abbas or the Prophet's cousin. Second, this next tafsir, I don't even know where this is from. You'd have to scroll up and I have to check this source. Either way, you still have not proven your point. Your point is Islam proves that you can marry babies. You have not quoted and presented it from an Islamic perspective. Islam is not the Quran only. It's not tafsir only. You know this. I know this. Now, can you share my screen?
Yes, before I show you your screen.
Just quickly, just want to make this point. So this screen that I shared, can you see it now? This is where I got it from. Okay. My Islam.
Yeah.
Just saying.
No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. And just before I share thingy, just to basically drive my point my point home. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. And then sorry, Hassan, my bad.
What
Just
happened?
hold on a second. There we go. Ibn Kafir 65 Ford. Is it Tafsir? Can you check my screen?
Who's
Yeah.
screen?
You can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going. This is an Islamic, the Quran verse commentary. We can go to the next one. It's really up to you. Whichever one we can go to. They all say the same thing.
What does undefined mean?
Hold on a second. We can go there.
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means. And for those, and then rule 9. Look, the verse.
This is the Quran again.
This is the Quran, right? Is this reliable?
I'd have to check the source.
The source.
Mhm.
So hold on. I can read from this one. The verse deals with additional rules pertaining to the waiting period of divorced women. It subdivides divorced women and their waiting periods into 3 different categories. Under normal circumstances, the waiting period of a divorced woman is 3 menstrual cycles, as mentioned in Surah Al-Baqarah. In the case of women who have stopped menstruating for good on account of advanced age or due to some disease, their waiting period is 3 months instead of 3 menstrual cycles. The same is the iddah of young women who have not yet started menstruating on account of being underage. We can go to the next one. It says the exact same thing, and this is Ibn Kafir. This is not this is like as reliable as it gets. So
That's
I
not true.
think
That's not true. You added
what
that
is
in
not true? It's like you keep saying not true. It's like I'm literally
the-
showing evidence, and you just keep saying not true and
Well,
denying.
you're skipping past the first tafsir on this page because you and I both know that's a false tafsir. So we can go around it in circles. As I said before, you have not proven Islam allows child marriage. You have not. All you've presented is verses from the Quran, some false tafsirs, and some maybe authentic tafsirs.
Can I just say something now, guys? Can I just make a point?
That's disingenuous. That's not right.
Yeah, that's the right words.
That's
Can I make a
disingenuous.
point?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so you have 45 minutes in, and the title does say exploring child marriage in Islam and Christianity. So can we start talking about Christianity now? Because that's what we put in the title. So someone needs to kind of.
I need time to give evidence as a rebuttal to what he said. To be honest with you.
But what is your view of child marriage in Christianity? You do have some views on it, because I know.
Oh my God, I have views on views on views.
Let's hear it.
And I have better evidence than this false stuff says.
But let's hear it, because that's just to make it balanced.
I need to play my video before. I need a proper response to.
Can I just establish that I've shown evidence, and at this point, what Hassan is doing is disingenuous. It's not honorable, because I have shown evidence. Ibn Kafir, I have shown that it's talking about young women. It's talking about prepubescent children. I have shown that evidence, and you know what? I'll let JM, you decide. If I
this is my way. Go on. So I'll let you finish your question.
If I presented evidence that that's what that surah means in terms of the tafsirs,
I would say yes, you have. But I would also say this as well. I think Hassan, is your video going to rebut this?
Yes.
Because I was thinking maybe we could leave that. We could leave that, and maybe you can just discuss. We could leave it to later, I'm thinking, because now he's presented his kind of argument. Yeah, he's presented evidence. Can you now present some opinion, or if better, it's still evidence to I guess to suggest that child marriage happens in Christianity? Because I'm assuming that's what you're going to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, let's do
that, and then you can rebut.
I need to respond to the Islamic perspective first.
Okay.
He hasn't proven it, and he's calling me disingenuous and dishonest. And
I think doing that will keep it in Islam. I just think we need to kind of shift it.
Octavio, go on.
Yeah, I just want to read out Ibn Kathir because I never read it in full, so that everyone can go and fact check me if this is wrong, if this is wrong or not. It says 65:4 Kathir, Ibn Kathir. This is his tafsir about that verse. The either of those in menopause and those who do not have menses. Allah the Exalted clarifies the waiting period of the woman in menopause, and that is the one whose menstruation has stopped due to her old age. Her either is 3 months instead of the 3 monthly cycles for those who menstruate, which is based upon the ayah in Surah Al-Baqarah, c. 228. The same for the young who have not reached the years of menstruation. They either is 3 months like those in menopause. This is the meaning of his saying. So I just want to put it out there. Okay, this is what Ibn Kathir says. If you're not happy with Ibn Abbas, go to Ibn Kathir. It says the exact same thing, and I haven't seen one single tafsir that says otherwise. Go ahead, Hassan.
Okay, so JM, do you think I'm being disingenuous? It's going to take no more than five. We'll definitely get to the Christian perspective. It's not going to take long. Do you think I'm being disingenuous?
I think that there's a little bit of cognitive The reason why I say that is because, yes, you've highlighted the fact that this guy has been known for making up fake hadiths. We've proved that there's some type of issue with his hadiths. Okay, we've proven that. However, Nelson has then gone on to quote the Quran directly. And quoting the Quran directly, there's clearly a suggestion there that prepubescent marriage is okay.
Yes.
So when Nelson says that Islam allows marriage of babies, technically he's right, because there's no age barrier there, and it goes as far as saying prepubescent children can marry and remarry.
Yes. So if I agree with him, would I still be being disingenuous?
No, not if you agree with him.
I do agree with him. All I did is I picked out the tafsir that he was quoting, and I wasn't going to let it go.
Okay, but he did quote the Quran after.
Hold on. Did I quote different tafsirs after that?
Yes or no? But even then, your method of verification isn't up to the standard that I would like. Having said that, if you don't mind not interrupting, I just said I agree with him. I agree with him using the Quran and the verse, as you pointed out, JM, that alone does open the door to an adult man marrying a baby. Not necessarily no confirmation of consummation, as I asked you. Does anything in the verse suggest consummation? He threw that in there. Nothing, and you agree, JM. Nothing confirms consummation in that sense, right?
Not in that verse, no.
Yeah. Now, I agree with him. Well, Octavio, you did not prove that the concept. You said marriage, divorce.
The consummation is not mentioned. It says marriage.
Bro, we are talking about the waiting period. Either means when a woman divorces, a man and their waiting period is 3 months. Yes. When you marry a woman, you have sex with that woman. Am I correct?
You're incorrect.
I'm incorrect. Okay.
Yes.
Well, even based on Muhammad's story, he didn't consummate the marriage when he married her. He waited.
Cool. So the point I'm making is Octavio isn't presenting the argument that Islam allows adult men to marry babies. He's presenting the argument that the Quran allows you to marry babies.
Yeah.
That's not Islam. Islam is the Quran and Hadith. He hasn't mentioned one Hadith. I would like now to play my video. Please. Okay. It's only 5 minutes maximum.
All right.
Maybe seven. Can you put the video up, please?
Yeah. Hold on. Go ahead, bro.
And this is going to sound quite scary for you right now, yeah? The reason why it's haram to have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old is not found in the Quran whatsoever. It's found in the Sunnah, and in fact, if you look just at the Quran, you will get the indication that you can have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old. And I'll tell you why. And I'll give it, hold on. I'm saying this, and I'm going to back it up with evidences. Let me repeat my point. We both agree that it's haram and it's wrong to have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old. Okay, good. My premise today, my thesis today is as follows. The reason why it's haram to have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old is not found in the Quran at all, but is in fact found in the Sunnah. Okay, and listen, if you just read the Quran, it is halal, it would be halal to have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old. Tell me how and why. In Surah Al-Talaq, chapter 65, verse 4, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us who you can divorce and who you cannot divorce. And then he says, وَاللَّائِ لَمْ يَحِدْنَ وَاللَّائِ لَمْ يَحِدْنَ, and the ones who had never been pubescent before.
Okay, what was that? Surah 16?
Surah Al-Talaq, chapter 65, verse 4. وَاللَّائِ لَمْ يَحِدْنَ. Now the word lam in Arabic, it's what you call harfu nahi lil madi, which means that it's something, a negative term for the past tense. The Mufassirun, they say about this term, about this verse, it talks about breastfeeding women, because when you're breastfeeding, you obviously can't menstruate. And it also talks about pregnant women, obviously you don't menstruate.
Okay,
However, at the same time,
verse 4.
yeah.
It doesn't say anything about that.
Yes, it does. I'm just.
No. Okay, let me read it out for non-speaking Arabs here. Surah 65 verse 4.
In the
As for the women who have reached menopause,
yes.
if you have any doubts, the interim shall be 3 months.
Yeah.
As for those whose menstruation has ceased,
okay, good.
Those who are
This
already
is it.
pregnant,
Good.
the interim is until they give birth.
This is the verse.
Anyone who reverences Allah, He makes His matters
ولا
easy
يئسن
for him.
الوحيد من نسائكم
So where does Allah say?
فعدتهن 3 أشهر واللائي لم يحد.
Okay,
والله لم يحد.
there's a verse in the Quran where Allah says that.
No,
you
listen,
choose your
but you're with me here.
You
Well, I
should
just can't.
marry a woman.
But I'm with. What's your name again, bro?
Cameron.
Sorry again.
Cameron.
Cameron. Do you mind if I just because to other people they might not know what I'm trying to say. So what? Let me just finish what I'm saying and then you can come back. In the Sunnah, there's a hadith. And by the way, this is very important, yeah? I want all Muslims to be aware of this. The reason why we don't have sexual intercourse with 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds and 7-year-olds or whatever is not because of puberty. Wait a minute, what did you say? It's not because of puberty, because that verse in the Quran actually says lam yahid. They never had puberty before. You can't go around that. The reason why we don't have sexual intercourse with those people is because of harm. The hadith says la darar wa la dirar. And I said before, the reason why is because of the Sunnah, not because of the Quran. Such a verse, la dirar means you can't.
I assume you get my point. I can carry on playing. But there are lists of hadiths that go into detail of what you can do, what you can't do, who you can marry, who you cannot marry. Islam is not Quran only. If it's Quran only, it does not function as Islam. It's Quran only. Those who live Islam or practice Islam via the Quran only, sola scripta, are kuffar or considered non-Muslims. The Quran itself goes into great details of how to speak his hadiths and how his advice and his guidance should be taken. We have hadiths. You didn't mention a hadith. You mentioned Quran, some false tafsir, and some authentic tafsir. Still not Islam.
Can I have a quick question there?
Go ahead.
So when he talks about harm, what does he mean? Can you clarify what he means?
I don't have a clarification.
Well, I'm assuming he means that the reason why they don't have sex with children is because it will harm her physically, I'm assuming.
Yeah, there's many versions of it. It's safe to assume that. Yeah.
So this is the thing. Okay, so at what age does sex not harm a female human physically? What age?
That's a great question. I would have to answer that.
Right. So that to me, in a way, that doesn't really kind of help the situation, because it seems like it's down to some type of opinion or some individual case-by-case basis.
Right. That's why age is not verified.
Which could lead then to a man having sex with a 7-year-old.
Having said that, there are other hadiths that go on to clarify more details, but we've now gone up to the age of 7. Can we affirm that it's clear that it's not from hadiths? in reference to harm, not babies.
I haven't seen one single hadith yet.
Oh, I'll give it to you.
I haven't presented what you haven't presented no evidence whatsoever about a hadith saying you cannot guys, even though the Quran, the word of God, the word of Allah, which is supposed to be crystal clear, tells us that we can marry babies, even though that's the case, here's the hadith that goes against the word of Allah and tells us otherwise. I have not seen any single hadith.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, I'll present it to you. JM, have we gone from baby up to 7 years old now?
Well, I mean, harm, according to his verse, is relative.
Okay, let's go with that. Would there be any other hadiths to confirm the idea that it's not a baby? For example, verbal consent.
Well, that was going to be my next question. That actually was going to be my next question.
If I presented you with a hadith saying you must seek verbal consent, that confirms that it's not a baby.
It would confirm it's not a baby if that's what it says, but I'll still have issues with it though. But you could present it.
That would not confirm it. I can make a 3-year-old say something or agree with me on something. That does not confirm any of that at all. I have a baby. My little one is 2 years old.
Okay, so the next question, we have to clarify what we mean by I know it's weird.
Yeah.
Now we have to clarify what we mean by baby now.
Although you have to remember, you and I didn't argue. You and I didn't argue what over a baby is. It's the Catholics saying, well, a baby is a 3-year-old now all of a sudden.
No, a baby is any. What, are you guys serious? What baby is? We're gonna have to look up the definition of what baby is.
Well, I know, but Nelson, according to you, a baby is a 3-year-old.
No, according to me, a baby is from any age between 0 to 1, 2, 3. My son right now is 2 years old. I can make him say yes.
Okay. Now we're changing the definition of a baby to
he can string a sentence together.
Yeah,
so a baby biologically, just reading it here, a baby is from birth up to 28, within the first 28 days.
Okay, there we go. Okay, cool. We'll stick to that definition. Can a baby, a person who's 28 days old, consent verbally to marriage? JM.
No.
Octavio, can a 28 day, I've never heard of a 28-day-old.
Another definition here, a baby is a human younger than about 1 or 2 years old.
Okay. So
I was just gonna do that as well.
Can we Google the average vocabulary of a 2-year-old? Can we Google?
Hold on a second. Can I just answer it the way I want to answer it? When JM said that, I was thinking, hold on a second. After 28 days, after baby is born, it stops being a baby.
Yeah, that didn't make sense.
Yeah, no.
That's what came up though, unbelievably.
No. What I loved about it is that Hassan jumped on it as if it made sense.
No, it's because you're moving the goalpost. You said 3 years old. Now we're going down to 2 years old now.
No, sorry, bro. I'll just make it a factual joke, which was true. Really. Like you jumped on it like as if
okay.
Yes, a baby is 28 days off.
Again, I have to say this. It's this conversation sticking to Islam. Or we're not talking about Christianity.
I want to hear about Christianity, honestly, because I think Islam is done.
Because you're running, bro. I'm
not running.
First you said a baby. I was just about to pull out the hadiths, man. I was just
pull out the hadiths, bro.
So let me do this then, just to force the conversation along. Hassan.
Yes.
What do you believe that Christianity has also allowed for child marriage?
Explicitly.
Can you explain how and when and how?
Yes. Before I do, are we? What's the verdict on Islam?
We come back to the end.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. Well, that's a bit odd. Okay, cool. Now we're moving on to Christianity. Can I play a quick video?
Sure.
Yeah, bro. You can play wherever you want, man. You need all the help you can.
Well, it's coming from a guy who's trying to define what a baby is now, and speaking of Arabia.
I didn't define it.
Yeah.
Leave me out of it, man.
Is a baby a 25-year-old? Is that a baby now? Okay.
some guys. I'll say.
I just wanna. Cool.
I can be very foolish sometimes. Go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
I'm from Philadelphia. My favorite thing. My name is Mary, and I'm from Philadelphia. My favorite thing about being a gypsy is getting to dress up big. Like, all my friends are like, "Why do you dress so crazy?" And I'm like, "I'm a gypsy girl. I can dress crazy."
Mary is torn between her mum's wishes for her to be raised as a gypsy and her dad's desire for her to be brought up outside the community.
And they argue a lot about it. My mom wants me to, clean and have children and take care of them. And my dad, he really wants me to become a writer because I love to write. I wrote a poem. Can you read it?
Yes, I can. A word was born into this world on one warm, silenced night. But one had said, "This word be gone before the morning light." I love that.
I just want to have both. I don't want to just have one.
Good job.
And thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. Are you excited about your party coming up?
I'm very excited about my party. I can't wait.
Mary is about to turn 10, and I've planned her a birthday party.
I'm excited about your party.
I need to talk to Joe about the party. Most likely it's going to end up being a fight. Joe, this is how I'm thinking I want the party to be. I think it needs to be for her to, meet future husbands. For their families to get a look at her.
Yeah, they can look at her all they want, and then that's it. She's 10 years old.
Well, of course she's not ready yet, but
You're gonna get married when you're 16?
Maybe.
yeah.
I think I still have like 6 years to talk you out of trying to get married.
You're gonna have to talk me out of it too.
I will.
It is very hard to, see them fighting over what they want me to do. So it kind of makes me upset that I can't please everyone.
Dogs, man, never frickin' stop.
Joe,
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you about something. When we were talking about Mary's party, I don't feel like you took me seriously. I think that you think it's a joke and that I'm a joke and the whole culture is a joke.
I don't want to see her disappear at 14 years old.
What difference does it make if she's 14 or 40? She has to carry on the tradition. She has to keep it going. I mean, if you had it your way, by the time you think she's ready, she's never going to find a good gypsy boy.
Well, you didn't mind marrying me, and I'm not a gypsy.
Exactly, which is why it's more important that she marry a gypsy to keep it going, because I almost ruined it. And if she waits any longer than 18, she's not going to be wanted anymore. That's the way it's done.
I don't care. She needs to live her life.
Who's to say that she can't still get married and have kids and be around the show and still go to school?
Is that how it works, Lee? Because I think that gypsy women are sitting at home while their men are out working. They don't see them until they're ready to come home or they're finished working.
No, because they're out making money to take care of their family.
What's Mary doing? Sitting at home scrubbing the house all
She's
day?
at home
wasting her life?
She's at home No, it's not wasting a life when you're raising your children and taking care of your home.
She's not having kids at 14 years old.
If
that's
what
insane.
She wants to do
That's
what she's
insane.
doing.
That's crazy. A 14-year-old having a baby? No way.
According to who?
According to the United States of America, Lee. She's not a piece of meat. She's not. And I'm not doing it. You're not pawning her off to somebody. What are they going to do? Pay us for her?
No, Joe, they're
You
not
know?
going to pay us for her.
It's a party.
So
Okay.
you get the drift of what I'm saying. So in the gypsy tradition, it is traditional for a young girl, roughly 10 years old or what have you, to be introduced to a husband or to find a husband or to be introduced to men to become married and what have you. Is there anything in the Christian tradition that will prevent an adult man looking at a 7-year-old girl and saying, I would like to pursue this girl at some point when she's reached the age of puberty, and let's say she reaches it at 12 or 13, marrying, or 14, and then marrying her and then going on to have a marriage?
So just to clarify some things, the gypsies are Catholics.
Yes, majority, yes.
A 10-year-old girl statistically has not had a period
Mm-hmm.
because the percentage of the average age of a child or female getting a menstruation is 12.
Mm-hmm.
So are you saying that technically that there's gypsy girls that would be married and maybe consummated the marriage before they're pubescent?
Not pubescent, not necessarily.
But potentially, because if it's 10, you're saying that they get married at 10 sometimes.
No, I'm saying they're introduced to marriage, and then maybe they reach the age of puberty, 13, 14, whatever. They might even reach at 16, but it would be customary for them to get married maybe 14, maybe 13.
And they're still children. The point is that they're still children.
Yes, and there's nothing technically stopping them from having a marriage from there onwards.
So your position is that child marriage is also allowed in Christianity?
Correct.
Okay, so Nelson, I guess you want to come back on that?
Can I stop sharing the screen?
Yeah, you can still share the screen, yeah. According to the canon law, marriage is allowed for women 14 and for men 16. That's the canon law. So if those gypsies were having marriages before then, they would be breaking the canon law according to the Catholic Church of when marriage is allowed. So that is the Catholic position, and that's how the Catholic Church would define adulthood. Because if you're gonna, I'm presuming if you're gonna marry someone, you are entering into adulthood. So for boys, hold on a second. Marriage is basically, it's a stage. Once you get married, you're supposed to procreate. That's the whole point of marriage, is to raise a family, is to procreate, and that is a stage, a step into adulthood. So the Catholic Church's position is the females 14, they can get married at 14, and men 16.
So the Catholic Church does promote child marriage, because 14-year-old, I'm sure you would agree, is still a child.
Sorry?
You do concede that a 14-year-old is a child?
No, according to today's, for example, according to today's England, an adult is 18 years of age, but you can have sex at 16, right?
Something like this. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, 18.
I don't even know about the 16.
No, you can have.
In America, it's 18. Sorry, in America, it's 18.
Yeah, no, and it's not all parts of America.
You stick to the UK.
Yeah, if we stick to the UK, and we can go all over Europe if you really want to. They have a different age for when sex can take place, and marriage can take place. And according to this country, you can have sex at 16. But when it comes to actually marrying someone, it has to be 18. Okay. The church is saying 14, 16. So what we have is we have how the British government would define adulthood, and we have what the Catholics would define adulthood. We don't have an age for promiscuity in the Catholic Church. You have to get married. You're not supposed to be having sex outside of marriage. You go straight into marriage. Now, the secular government in England says that we have to that an adult is when you reach the point of 18. The Catholic Church says no, it's for women it's 14 and for men it's 16.
So so just like Islam, they've made up they have their own definition of what a child is.
Yeah, and it's you can marry a baby in Islam.
No. Please don't do that. Please don't.
Yeah, we have to be
misrepresent.
consistent. We have to be consistent because what we're saying is that both religions have their own definitions of what a child is.
And to be fair, I didn't mention Christianity when we were talking about the Islam part. Octavio is now throwing in you can marry a baby in Islam, which he hasn't proven.
I have to.
No, you haven't. You quoted no hadiths. I was going to
You
quote
may-
hadiths.
you may disagree with it.
Sorry. Let's not interrupt each other. Let's just focus on Christianity. We rush to Christianity because we run out of time, obviously. Can we just focus on the fact that the Catholic Church is defining a child, is by law establishing child marriage?
Before I reply to that,
Question was for JM.
no, before, hold on. Can I just
the answer to me? The answer is yes.
Yeah. Can I just reply to that, please?
Yeah.
Yes. Because he said, "Oh no, we have not proven that Islam allows men to marry babies." That's a conclusion of the entire debate. I have proven that. If you disagree, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But what you cannot say is we have not proven that. Especially when I haven't seen no hadiths, no evidence, no nothing from you apart from a video. That actually proves my point. So now, if we can stay away from that, we can focus on Christianity. Absolutely fine. Now, and what JM just said right now in terms of Christianity, I'm according to JM sees that as child marriage. I can understand that from his perspective, from where he's coming from, because of how he's judging what an adult is and what child is. And I'm willing to accept that. That's absolutely fine. But that is the Catholic Church's position.
So debate done, yeah? All done? Oh, so discussion done, yeah? Nothing else to present. The Catholic Church categorically.
What's your? Do you believe that the Catholic Church allows for child marriage? And if you do, explain why.
Well, the answer is yes, and it goes into quite a bit of detail because I've got the canon law right in front of me, and I came to this conclusion because, and it actually goes on to say a little bit more things that you would maybe feel less comfortable with.
Do you want to put it on the screen?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
And zoom in, please.
Yes. Now, the point I pointed at, I made my point very clear by stating that an adult man can look at a 7-year-old girl and say, I find this one attractive. Do you consent to marriage? If she says yes, she is justified and she has entered into a contract. That I'm adding these details.
So can you share on the screen?
Yeah, can I finish talking? Is that okay?
I thought you was gonna share it first.
Well, it's okay. I know you want to run back to Islam because I'm
I want to stay in Christianity. I'm not Muslim. I want to stay in Christianity.
Okay, cool. Now, an adult man, so that 10-year-old guy can meet a man who's 16, 17, 18, 19 at that party, and if he says, I like that one, I like you, do you consent to marriage? And if she says yes, she has entered into a contract, meaning she has betrothed herself. And at the age of 12, 13, 14, well, actually 14 to be precise, she can go on to marry him. Here's the canon law for you. First canon law, if you want to read it, from 97, what I've highlighted.
A person who has completed the 18th year of age has reached maturity. Below this age, a person is a minor. A minor before the completion of the 7th year is called an infant and is considered not responsible for oneself. With the completion of the 7th year, however, a minor is presumed to have the use of reason.
Yes, that's in line. That's in line with scientific research. The age of reason for a minor is the age of 7.
So what we've established there again,
a 7-year-old isn't a minor, by the way, by this definition.
But hold on, you're talking about betrothed here, right? Promise to marriage.
Yeah, she can make that promise.
Hold on, and this promise to marriage is indissoluble.
Indissoluble?
Yes.
Oh, it can be changed. Yeah.
No,
She can change her mind.
It is indissoluble, meaning the person can change their mind and say, no, I don't want to go through. And the Catholic Church does have an age for which marriage can happen. Am I correct or not? Which means
14, yes.
So, which means if that person was to, for example, whether there's a promise to marriage, whether you're betrothed to someone or not, whether you make that promise to marry or not, you cannot have sex until you've reached that age, 14, which is the year of marriage, and that person can change their minds up until that point. Am I correct?
Correct. This was an amendment made in 1983. Before 1983, under the original canon law,
it was 12 and 14.
No. I'm talking about betrothal. It was contractually binding before 1983.
Yeah,
now,
but sorry.
So, and plus I got background noise in this bloody place, and it's never fucking quiet. Sorry for swearing.
That's very nice, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's like of all the times it's just like blabbering in the background. But anyway, but that's a whole nother discussion and debate. But yeah, you are correct. You are correct in what you said. I'm just affirming what you said. You're correct.
Okay, can I just disprove the entire thing?
Go ahead.
Okay. The Catholic Church has its laws in terms of when an adult is, what child is, or what child is, but the Catholic Church urges us, for example, if its laws goes against a certain country's laws, the Catholic Church would basically say, obey that country's laws, unless that country's laws completely disregards the Catholic thing. So, for example, of what the Catholic Church deems as moral. Now, if, for example, right now here in England, unless you're 18 years of age, if you're Catholic, you cannot marry someone at all in the Catholic Church. You can't do it. You have to obey the laws of the country. That's how it works. So this idea that, yes, according to the canon law, what we think an adult is, which to be honest with you guys, it's actually the case for most countries around, historically around the world. Okay, and I just want to make this point as well. It's only in Western countries that we see this idea of the age, for example, of the age rising almost. That we see that it's like what we've seen in the West, or countries that were historically Christian, what we see is that the age keeps rising and rising and rising and rising. And now, and to me, that's because of Christianity. Christianity allows us, develops us. Whereas in the Islamic country, and I'm not trying to bring it to Muslims, we see them.
You are.
push.
I've got to stop you there. I've got to stop you there. If
Hold
you keep mentioning Islam, we're going off topic, because then I could say to you, well, what do you mean by Christianity? Because the canon law is Christianity by your interpretation.
No.
Allows,
just a quick point on this.
Point, please.
Please don't mention Islam, because we can go.
No, I should be able to mention anything as long as I stay on point.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So the point I'm trying to make is what we see is the age of consent, so the age of marriage rising in the West, where countries are historically Christian. What we see in Islam is the age declining, where Muslim countries are asking for the age to be lowered to 9 years old even. So that's the difference. Okay. Now I'm going back to Christianity. That is the case. See, so in Christianity today in England right now, regardless of what the Catholic Church says, regardless of what the law is, I cannot marry a woman at the age of 16.
14.
Even though England tells me that I can have sex with her, but I can't marry her, because in England you cannot marry a woman at 16. A girl is 16 years of age. You can only marry her when she's 18.
Cool. Just before JM, before you go,
okay,
just,
go ahead.
literally
You
2
make
seconds.
I'll make a point after you.
Literally 1 sentence. If a Catholic man in his 40s and 50s and what have you sees a young Catholic girl who's maybe 14 and wants to marry her in the UK, just take a quick trip to Spain, where the age of marriage is 14, a historically Catholic country, and marry her there. So the idea of the governing body of the law, or the government, is one that's preventing these type of things from happening. Well, you just take a quick, I think 40 quid on EasyJet, whatever it is, not to give people ideas, but just to let you know, this whole idea of the government stops immorality, stops child marriage. It's the jurisdictions are limited. But carry on.
And to be honest, I don't think that using the government's age of consent really has anything to do with this discussion, because we're talking about the Catholic Church, and by reading this canon here, I think it's clear that they consider minors under the age of 18.
No,
Therefore,
under the age. Sorry, Jay, under the age of 7. A minor is under the age of 7. Above 7 is not a minor.
A person who has completed the 18th year of age has reached maturity. Below this age, a person is a minor.
Second line.
A minor before the completion of the 7th year. So it's not saying that they're not. It's not saying that someone under 18 is not a minor. It's just saying a minor.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah. So
I'm thinking minor. I'm thinking less than 18. But sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. A minor is under 18
in the UK. Yeah.
Therefore,
come again. Say that again.
According to this, a minor is under the age of 18.
Yes.
A minor. Hold on. Where does it say that?
First line.
A person who has completed the 18th year of age has reached maturity.
Majority. Sorry. Not maturity. Majority.
It is majority.
Below this age, a person is a minor.
Oh, majority.
Yes.
Yeah.
So below the age of 18, according to this canon law, a person is a minor.
Yes.
So by this definition, the Catholic Church does allow for minors to get married.
Yes.
So that's child marriage.
Hello? Anybody there?
No, I'm still here. Yeah, according to that, it lets minors,
minors are children,
16 to get married.
Legally, they're children, by the way.
Okay, now you're invoking secularism.
You did as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You did.
Yes, but what I'm saying is you're using the definition. We are saying that a minor.
They are.
Hold on, a minor, not children. It just says minor. Okay, unless the word minor. Hold on, unless the word minor. Hold on, a minor before the completion of the 7th year is called an infant, and is considered not responsible for oneself. With the completion of the 7th year, however, a minor is presumed to have the use of reason. So what we are seeing there is the development stages in a minor. Am I correct or not?
You're incorrect.
Yeah.
How am I incorrect?
Because the point is, does the Catholic Church or Christianity, the only source I could find was, well, my favorite source, to be fair, is the Catholic Church and the canon law, because it's delicious. You're arguing that development, nothing here says developmental. You're adding words to it. The definition of a minor is underneath the age of 18. Underneath the age of 7 is an infant, but above 7, they have reached they've reached the age of reason, or the age where they can presume to have reason. Now, I could go on and give more detail of what a 7-year-old can do under the Catholic Church, but JM has hit the nail on the head. And you are, unless you're changing the definition of a child by using the word minor, and the word minor means child, and there's no other definition as far as I'm aware, the Catholic Church, by law, by canon law, advocates for child marriage.
Okay, so because I've got experience in the art of deception, can we just continue reading?
Ad hominem.
Sorry, because I've got experience in this field. Can we just continue reading? A person who has reached, because it actually has more to say in regards to, because this is a bit hazy. A person who has reached majority, again, the word majority, has the full exercise of his or her rights. Okay, so it's talking about, in terms legally speaking, okay, so it's invoking it's bringing up legal language. It's saying that a person who has got to, when you reach 18, that's when you can exercise your own rights. Okay, that's what it's saying there. So that's legal language. Then it goes into say a minor in the exercise of his or her rights remains subject to the authority of parents or guardians, except in those matters in which minors are exempted from the authority by divine law or canon law, in what pertains to the appointment of guardians and their authority. The prescripts of civil law are to be observed unless canon law provides otherwise, or unless in certain cases the diocesan bishop for a just cause has decided to provide for the matter through the appointment of another guardian. Whoever habitually backs the use of reason is considered not responsible.
Lacks.
Whoever habitually lacks the use of reason is considered not responsible for oneself. Okay, so it's making a distinction there of basically when it refers to the majority, is using legal language. It's saying basically you according to your country, you are only in full. You only have your full rights at the age of 18, and it's basically saying that the church will basically you will have to obey the law of the country. So
go back, Nelson.
Oh, go back, bro. Go back.
Yeah, go back. Please
read
go
it
back.
again. You read it.
What you said there is not the case.
Read it.
So I'm reading it. So it says the first part. A minor in exercise of his or her rights remains subject to the authority of parents or guardians, except in those matters in which minors are exempted from their authority by divine law or canon law. Marriage. That means marriage.
Carry on.
Okay, so at 14, when he or she is still a minor, they now are under the authority of divine law or canon law.
Yes.
And the next part, in what pertains to the appointment of guardians and authority, the prescripts of civil law are to be observed. Again, this is the key part. Unless canon law provides otherwise. Marriage. Unless canon law provides otherwise, or unless in certain cases was that diocesan bishop for a just cause has decided to provide for the matter through the appointment of another guardian. The point is, canon law. This is saying that canon law usurps civil law.
Now, do me one favor.
Because it's saying that even though the country says you have to get married at 18, we're saying under canon law, no, you can get married at 14.
Okay, fair enough. Now, please go on Google and type can a Catholic a Catholic member person get married at 16, a male Catholic. Can a male Catholic get married at 14 in England, according to the Catholic Church?
Before we do, can I read out?
Can you just do that for me, because we're dealing with this right now.
Oh, okay. You're responding to JM, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Can a Catholic, sorry? No,
Can a Catholic person get married? Okay, at 14 or 16.
14 or 16.
In England.
16 in UK.
Yeah.
Oh, the law of marriage. So, restrictions removed. This restriction was eventually removed by Parliament in the Marriage Act of 1836, which allowed non-conformists and Catholics to be married in their own places of worship. In 1929, the response to the campaign of National Union of Societies for Equal Citizenship raised the age limit to 16. Doesn't really say anything prohibiting.
Yeah, I'm gonna write it down. Can a Catholic person get married in England at the age of 14 or 16?
Legally, you can't. That's what
exactly. This is what I'm trying to say. So obviously, what's happening here? Here's what's happening here. You would have to read the entire document to understand what the Catholic Church is fully saying. Because because I got married in the Catholic Church, so I should know. And of course, we're having not a debate, a discussion. Yes. To please sensitivities, Hassan sensitivities. But yes. So if you as a Catholic cannot get married in England, okay, in England as what do you call it, before the age of 18, what takes priority then?
Hello,
JM, what takes priority?
You cut off, bro. Everything you said.
The priority would be.
Should I repeat myself? Because Finger said I cut off.
Yeah, you cut off on me. Sorry, bro.
Okay, if I cannot, as a Catholic, right, get married in England before the age of 18, as a Catholic, and meaning the Catholic Church will reject me if I go up there before I'm 18 years old, and I say, look, I want to get married, right? And the Catholic Church says, no, you cannot. You cannot do that because you have to be 18. What takes priority, Jem?
The law of the land.
Thank you.
But the same applies to Muslims, though.
Yeah.
The same applies to Muslims.
That's not. Yeah. But it's moving the goalposts. We're bringing in local UK.
So guys, there's one question I can ask both of you that will really kind of bring this to a bit of a head.
I've got one canon law to quote, but yeah.
This is the question. This is the question. In a land governed by Islamic law, would child marriage be allowed? Yes or no?
By this technical definition, a child being under the age of 18, the answer is yes.
Well, no, there's no. I'm not putting that. I don't want you to have any variables. Just we're saying, in a land governed by Islamic law,
yeah,
can child marriage happen?
Well, it's the age of puberty. It's so many variables. You got the age of puberty. You got that. Yeah,
now I'm going to ask Nelson the same question.
But you have to define a child under 18.
in a land governed by Catholic canon law, can child marriage happen?
According to our definition of what a child is,
There we go.
But you
No,
see how that messes up. You see how that kind of
no, I'm
gives
stating
support to the Muslim position when you say that.
JM, you asked me about the Catholics, right?
Yeah, if a land was governed by Catholic canon law,
Yes,
can
then
child
the age,
marriage happen?
then the age would be 14, 16.
Would the answer be yes then?
Not according to how we define what a child is.
Yeah, I'm
You see
familiar
how,
with the
you
art
see
of
how that
deception
could
as
be
well.
problematic. You can see it as problematic, yeah. To
How is
argue
that-
against Islam, you can see it as problematic.
Okay, I'll ask you a question, JM.
Yeah.
All right.
He's not even answering your question. His question was,
Wow. Why is Hassan doing that? Why is he doing that?
No, it's because you're doing things you wouldn't allow me to
Right
do.
when I was about to ask the question, why
By
is he
my
doing that?
definition of a child.
That is nasty. That is not nice. That is not
Okay.
nice.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
I was just asking a question. That's
But I
all.
want this before you answer that. I see what Hassan was going to say, and that is kind of my issue too. I think if we're out here saying, well, their definition, our definition, their definition, then you can't really. It's difficult to point the fingers at someone that just happens to have a different definition of what a child is than you do.
And
You
then
see how
you
that's
secular
a
law as
potential
well.
issue because
Yeah,
if you're saying the Catholics say that a child is not for the Catholics are saying that a child is not 14. That's what you're essentially saying then.
All right. So can I ask my question then? If this is the position that JM's going to take, then JM,
Well, it's not me. I'm not taking a position, but I'm just
He's just
asking
asking
questions.
a question.
why is it that I can't answer a question? Why am I getting? Why every time I speak I get interrupted?
Because you make
deceptive.
statements
Your
before that are
advocates
not
in there.
factual.
It's honest.
Why is it that I can't speak?
Then ask your question.
Okay.
But every time I start speaking, I'm going to get interrupted. I already know. I can feel it. It's coming. Look. I'll do it right now. JM, I've got a question for you.
Sure.
According to your position, right?
Okay.
It's JM's game.
Go on.
I've literally proved that in Islam you can marry babies.
No, you haven't.
Sorry, can I just speak? Can I just speak without interrupting? Just a question. Okay. Now, you've got the Islamic paradigm and you've got the Catholic paradigm.
Mhm.
Okay, where you can the age of consent. Okay, so not the age of consent. The age of marriage is 14 for a woman and 16 for a man. Right.
Right.
And in Islam, you can literally marry a baby. Are you saying that we are similar?
Well, technically yes, because you're both so you can marry children.
Thank you, JM. Now, can we go
So
on?
you're
to
saying
this-
having? So hold on.
I'm just
Well,
being.
you've asked your
You
question.
asked
I
me
just wanna
a
get
question,
the-
You can't
I have to
filibuster.
be-
I just want to get one
you
last
can't filibuster.
clarification, man. It's
You
just
can't
one last
filibuster.
clarification. So you're
keep
saying
mentioning-
marry
you
the
keep mentioning
baby?
Islam. You keep
Hold on
mentioning
a second.
Islam. You're
Come on.
filibustering. I did not interrupt you. I muted myself. I allowed you to speak. You
are
asked your
because
question.
you know what my clarification
You
is.
just don't like JM's answer.
No,
We
it's
keep
not
mentioning
that.
Islam. I wanted
Well,
to.
let Hassan come back.
I was having an interaction with JM.
No, you were asking
Let
a question.
Hassan
You didn't
respond.
like his answer.
Before you interrupted Hassan, I was having an interaction with JM. I was just and this is where I'm gonna land. So JM is saying sleeping with babies, having sex with babies is the same as a
This is why you get interrupted.
Hold on a second.
No. That's why you get interrupted.
Just to clarify, please, guys.
No, but that's how you get interrupted. Because you
Control yourself. Just control yourself. I'm taking it
No, but
from
that's
you.
a straw man because you said
Hold
that I have
on,
said it
please,
the same.
man,
And I haven't
please.
said that.
I just want to make my, and then after that you can say whatever you want, right? According to JM, having sex with babies
I
is
can't let you say. I can't.
sorry,
let
bro,
this
man.
go
Can I please just say it, please, man?
No, because
It's not that big of a deal.
It is a big deal.
Hold
It
on,
is
bro,
a big deal for you
please,
to
man.
say.
I'm begging here, bro. I'm
Nelson, it is
begging
a
here,
big
bro.
deal.
And you can correct me, and you can correct me, and you can correct me and tell me I'm wrong and all of that. Absolutely, 100%.
Well, say that.
From what I understand,
say that this is your opinion. Don't
yeah, this
say
is
that
my
this what I
opinion. This is
said.
my opinion of JM. This is my opinion of JM.
Okay, fair
According
enough.
to
I don't
JM,
mind that.
according to my opinion of what I think JM is saying,
Right.
JM is basically saying that having sex with children, which is the Islamic paradigm, having sex with children, marrying them, marrying babies, is the same as a 14 and a 16-year-old getting married.
Can I respond?
Wow.
Can I respond now?
I don't even think you should, but I mean,
Well,
you can.
I think I need to respond.
Boy, that's yo, JM, I did not know you felt that way.
To such a statement, I think I must respond. Well, obviously, that's nonsense. I do not think it's the same for a man to marry and consummate a marriage with a child, a baby, prepubescent or pubescent, than a 14-year-old. Obviously, that's not the same. However, technically, and this is something that can't be refuted, they are both marrying children. The permission of marrying children is allowed in both Islam and the Catholic canon law. Now, that's a fact. It does not mean I'm saying it's the same, that one can marry a baby and one can marry a 14-year-old, but we can't move away from the fact that both permit the marriage of children, and that's my only point I'm making.
Okay,
both
so
permit the marriage of children. And that's
okay,
a fact, Watson.
Okay, cool.
Shout out to everyone in the comment section. Shout out to Dub, Michael Mausen, and everyone interacting with the back and forth that we are having in regards to this very important topic. But shouts to all of you. Yes, Hassan, go ahead.
Yes, so I was listening politely. Islam does not permit marrying children. Octavio has not proven that. He quoted the Quran. The Quran alone is not Islam. Octavio knows this. He said it repeatedly on other podcasts. To prove Islam, you must use the Quran and the Sunnah. The Quran without the Sunnah is meaningless. The Sunnah without the Quran is also meaningless. The Sunnah and the way the Prophet Muhammad practiced the religion is what you need to prove, and the hadiths and such, whether a person can marry a baby or not. Octavio is being dishonest there. Having said that, can you read, JM, can you read what I'm about to put on the screen? Just to put the nail in the coffin on this whole Catholics marrying children. I've highlighted it. I would read it myself, but I stutter and slur. And
would you like me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, from 1070 down to 7, whatever it is.
No, JM, you do it, bro. You do it.
Is JM even there? Oh, he's muted himself.
Oh, okay. JM is
he still there?
Don't know. I want him to hear.
Sorry, guys. I was muted. Sorry. Canon 1070. Canon 1070. If someone other than the pastor who is to assist at marriage has conducted the investigations, the person is to notify the pastor about the results as soon as possible through an authentic document. Canon 1070, I guess that's number 1.
71.
Except in the case of necessity, a person is not to assist without the permission of the local ordinary.
So John, can you just start again, please? Step on 1070.
Yeah. If someone other than the pastor who is to assist at marriage has not conducted the investigation.
Has conducted the investigations, the person is to notify the pastor about the results as soon as possible through an authentic document. Canon 1070, except in the case of necessity, a person is not to assist without the permission of the local ordinary at, number 1, a marriage of transience, 2, a marriage which cannot be recognized or celebrated according to the norm of civil law, 3, a marriage of a person who is bound by natural obligations toward another party or children arising from a previous union, 4, a marriage of a person who has notoriously rejected the Catholic faith, 5, a marriage of a person who is under a censure, 6, a marriage of a minor child when the parents are unaware or reasonably opposed, 7, a marriage to be entered into through a proxy as mentioned in Canon 1105.
Now, having read out what you've read, what do you think about number 6?
I need to read number 10. So if someone other than the pastor who is to assist at marriage has conducted the investigations, the person is to notify the pastor about the results as soon as possible through an authentic document, except when a marriage of a minor child, when the parents are unaware or reasonably opposed.
How do you interpret that?
I don't know what thing is even saying here.
Well, you don't need to comment.
Someone other than the pastor who is to assist at marriage.
Would it be fair to interpret that a minor is getting married?
There is, but is it said that these marriages are not recognized?
No.
What it's saying.
No. If the parents are unaware or reasonably opposed, the parents have to be there and they consent to their daughter marrying a man and reasonable opposition. No,
but is it saying that these are the marriages that could be that are not that could be annulled?
Yeah, pretty much something along those. Yeah.
I don't think
it's saying that it's a marriage of a minor. No, Hassan, this is not what you're. I know what you're. This isn't it.
Am I misinterpreting that?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you didn't read it properly, bro.
Yeah, it's basically saying that remember in the other canon, it actually said that the parents have to be involved, like the parents have to give consent.
Yes.
So it's saying that if a minor didn't get consent from their parents, that's what it says, when the parents are unaware or opposed, the marriage is annulled.
Sorry, JM, sorry, can I just say something, please? Hold on a second. I need to share my screen, and I think this will kind of put an end to everything. And then, JM, I think this will clarify everything for you. And this will basically be over. Okay. There we go. Jem, can you see the screen by any chance?
Yeah.
Can you just read what it says? Islamic marriage is recognized in the UK. Sorry, let me repeat that again because Hassan was coughing while I was saying it. So I want to make
sure. It was JM coughing, it wasn't me.
Sorry, my bad. my bad. Why do I always defer to the Muslims? I don't know why, man.
Sorry, because you're an Islamophobe.
Default to the Muslims. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, I am an Islamophobe. I admit, guys, I am my own one. I am scared of Islam ruling. Are Islamic marriages recognized in the UK? Jem, can you please take over, son? Please.
No. Islamic marriages, nikah, conducted in the UK are generally not legally recognized.
Yeah, this is true.
Valid marriages, but we already established this, Nelson.
No. What I'm saying is that there's a difference here. There's an important distinction that I'm making here. Okay. Because actually what I read is no Islamic marriage conducted solely through a religious ceremony like a nikah are not legally recognized as marriages in the UK unless they are also registered as a civil marriage at the registry office or a licensed religious venue. While holding significant religious and cultural importance, and an unregistered Islamic marriage is legally considered a cohabitation under UK law. Okay, now the reason why I say that is because in Christianity, in the Catholic religion, we have to we cannot marry someone unless we have to basically obey the law of the land. We can't marry a person let's say that person comes up to us, we can't conduct a Catholic marriage without the authority of the law of the land. So for example, if we marry a 16 or 14-year-old, what we are doing, we are breaking not just the law of the land, we're breaking the canon law. This is what I'm trying to say, because in Islam it's not like that. There's a lot of
true. You're talking about Islam now.
Sorry, can I just finish? In Islam,
you're lying about Islam.
Islam is not like that. As you know, so Jem, do you know a guy called Muhammad Hijab?
Sure.
Yeah. He conducted marriages on WhatsApp. Basically, in Islam, there's a bunch of Muslims just getting married willy-nilly. because there's nothing in there that says, you know what, when you are in another country and their law is this, you have to obey that law. Because we've got Muhammad Hijab, okay, who a lot of people look at as a scholar, all right, saying that I've married people on WhatsApp. Okay, so he has the authority to marry according to Islam, and yet he has married people on WhatsApp. He said he had to take, sorry to use the crude language, but he said he had to take a shit. Someone came in to get married, and he said, this is gonna have to be quick, guys. I have to take a shit. Okay, hold on a second. And then then I think the marriage lasted for like, he said 5 minutes tops. It was done, and then he had to go and take a shit because that was more important. So a lot of Muslim marriages are not necessarily recognized by the thing. So, for example, as a Catholic, even if our perception of what an adult is, okay, goes against the law of the land, we still have to obey the law of the land, and we will obey the law of the land. Otherwise,
is that really an argument though? Because the point is, if you didn't have the law of the land, you would be Catholics would be conducting marriages at 14.
Exactly.
That's
the main point.
Can I just reply to JM?
Octavio, I just want to speak. I just want to respond.
Yeah, but I just want to reply to JM because JM said that.
You can reply to him, but I allowed you to speak. So can you allow me to speak?
I would say that Hassan have a word because he hasn't spoken for a bit.
I mean, how can he? Like, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, clearly you cannot defend a Catholic Church without appealing to secular laws. This is the same state that allows abortions. This is the same state that allows same-sex marriages. So your authority is an immoral state, is an immoral body, right, that gives you moral boundaries. That's first of all. Second of all, Quran chapter 4 verse 59 makes it very clear that you obey the authority, you obey the government, you obey the law of the land, unless it infringes on your religious practices, meaning it forces you to practice idolatry and things of that nature. So you're misrepresenting and you're lying about Islam there.
That's not true.
Chapter 4, verse 59, and I'm rushing because I know you're gearing up to spread more lies about Islam, because you cannot defend the Catholic position. The Catholic position makes it very clear. If the law of the land allows it to be, a 7-year-old has reached the age of reason, can make certain decisions, and there are other canons that confirm this, and then can go on to marry at the age of 14, which JM, I'm sure you can confirm, does affirm legally, without any ambiguity, canon law affirms child marriage.
I have to agree with that.
I disagree with that. What we have just researched on Google is the fact that no, a lot of these Muslim marriages are not recognized by thingy, and I mentioned Muhammad Hijab as well. In the Catholic Church, it says that we have to listen to the law of the land, and the law of the land says that if the law of the land says that marriage is only permissible at 18, the Catholic Church cannot go against that. This is just a fact. I'm not appealing to secularism at all. I'm saying if this was a pure Catholic country ruled by Catholic by the Pope and so on and so forth, yes, the concept of because we don't have an age for promiscuity. We don't have an age where you can go around and have sex, which this country allows. At 16, you can literally go out there and have sex with different people. Okay. Not to mention the fact that most of these people lose their virginity before that. But in the Catholic Church, if the Catholic Church was the ruling power of the country, okay, only marriage is allowed. Only marriage is allowed. And of course, if it was ruled by Catholic laws, the morality would be different. The influence on the influence in society would be different. People would behave differently because the Catholic Church has different morals. And yes, a 14 and 16-year-old child, 14 and 16-year-old teenager. Can I finish, guys? A 14 and 16-year-old person, right? A 14 and 16-year-old persons, right, would look completely. If you compare a Catholic country ruled by Catholic authority if you compare that to today, what the 14 and 16-year-olds, they would be completely different because they'll be raised different. They'll be raised with fathers and mothers and so on. They would actually have a family. It would be a completely different mindset. But the thing is, the Catholic Church only allows marriage. And I've proven that Islam allows men to marry babies, and I've proven that I'm just saying that I'm not running away from the fact that the Catholic Church allows people
Child
to
marriage.
get married. No, it's not child marriage. It's child marriage according to how the West defines children. The
That's
West.
what did you say?
Hold on a second. Let me ask JM a question now. JM, do you think a 16-year-old should be having sex?
Scrambling.
No.
So would you say that the UK allows child promiscuity?
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, and are these the same people defining what a child is and what an adult is? Yes or no?
So why obey them?
So hold on a second. You are defining, okay, according to you, your definition of a child is what the secular world or the secular world in UK says so, right? That's how you define. That's how you.
Let me answer.
No, I haven't finished the question yet. Okay. According to how you're defining what a child is according to what the secular government in UK defines a child. Am I correct or incorrect?
I don't hear the question.
Okay, and you're okay with 16-year-olds being promiscuous. So you're not okay with it. You said, I'm not okay with 16-year-olds going around and having sex. Okay, cool, fine. So how are you? How is? I don't understand because there's a contradiction here, Jeb. You're saying on one hand, I'm defining a child, but I'm not okay with the same people that are defining what a child is. You know, I'm not okay with them legalizing sex at 16.
Go on, Jam. Is he still there?
He had to leave. I mean, come on, look at that question, bro.
Oh, he's got bad reception.
It's just an excuse. It's an excuse.
No.
He's back. He's back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Perfect.
The laptop died. That's what happened. So, in terms of defining what a child is, I don't just base it on what I base a consensus of medical literature, psychological data, which many countries around the world have adopted. So there's not just a fact of what particular law of the land says. It's based on a lot of different factors. And I think for a human being to engage in a sexual relationship, they have to be not only medically ready for it, but psychologically. That's why I put the age personally. That's why
that's how the government defines it as well. They use the research that they do scientifically, psychologically. They use that research to come up with the laws that they come up with.
Okay, so we've established that we can establish that the canon law, the Catholic canon law, what the criteria have they used to determine that the 40 or 14-year-old is equipped to engage in a sexual relationship under marriage.
I was asking you a question. You haven't answered me
I
yet.
answered. I did answer.
But since you want to talk about the Catholic Church because you can't answer the question that I've asked,
I did answer it.
No, you didn't, because what you said basically is you said
you asked me what is my criteria for?
You said I use psychological studies, scientific this, scientific that, in order to whatever, and I basically debunked that by saying
that's an answer.
Well, hold on a second.
You may not agree with it, but I did answer.
Hold on a second. Because that wasn't my question. My question wasn't how you come to the conclusion of how you decide what now there is and what figure. Because everything that you said, that's exactly how that's what the government uses in order to come up with its laws. And my issue is, how come is it that you're not okay with a 16-year-old being promiscuous? Because I asked you, you okay with 16-year-olds having sex? You said, no, I'm not okay with that. Well, guess what? Right. Why are you not okay with that, since this is what the government has determined as the right age for 16-year-olds to have sex?
And I gave my answer, because other studies have shown that you have to being psychologically ready for sex in a relationship. One has to be, the average age is 18. That's
No.
studies
The
that
average age
they,
is 16 in this country.
I know, but doesn't mean I have to agree with it. I don't agree. I don't
You don't.
agree.
So you don't agree
So now
with.
I've answered the question. Can you answer my question?
You don't agree with the studies with the psychological studies and scientific studies
I've just
that.
told you that I have seen. Do you want me to show you studies that show
Okay,
that
hold on.
the
As long as you say this is a personal bias, it's nothing to do with because you keep saying
no? I
you
just
keep
said it's not that.
hold on. You
Okay,
keep appealing. You
okay.
keep appealing to.
I'll show you something. I'll show you
Hold
something.
on.
You
You
carry
keep
on.
appealing to psychological studies and scientific studies, which is what the secular government would use in order to determine whether whether a person can have sex at 16 or not. So I'm saying to you, okay, since you're appealing to the studies that you've read or you've looked into in
Right.
order to say 18 is the correct age, I'm
Right.
basically saying is, well, that's a personal bias. Then that's to do with how you view it. That's not to do because guess what? The secular government has used the exact same metrics in order to determine that in this country, a 16-year-old, okay, which by the way, in the Catholic Church today says a 16-year-old, okay, can get married. Okay, but in this country, they say a 16-year-old can engage in promiscuity, can have sex.
Yeah.
So what? Just say it's my personal bias. It's just me. I'll be okay if
Everyone's got two things.
we got two jams. I would say just say it's your personal bias, bro. It's my personal bias. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's my personal bias. It's fine. But it's nothing to do with psychological studies or scientific studies.
No, but I won't say it because I literally said it is. So why would I say that when I literally said it is to do with that?
Well, the government uses the same thing and they disagree with you.
No, they're also using a different one that I'm using because I can show you studies that say it should be 18, and I can put them on the screen if you want to see them.
No, that's absolutely fine. What I'm saying is,
not just my personal
how does the
opinion.
government determine that then, JM?
But it's not just my personal. The point I'm making it's not just my personal opinion. But I want to. So now we've established that that's not just my personal opinion. Can you now establish how the Catholic Church came to their conclusion that a 14-year-old can engage in marriage and
Absolutely, 100%. I can think the Catholic Church is not just made up. When people think of the Catholic Church, they think priests. They don't understand who these priests actually are. A lot of them are doctors. A lot of them are scientists. A lot of them they come from that background. So what the Catholic Church does in order to determine whether something is moral, especially if the scriptures is not how do I say this?
Explicit.
Is not explicit. It's not explicit in terms of like what the right age and what isn't. The Catholic Church these days in the modern era would use the expertise of psychologists, scientists that you just have to look it up. Just to become a priest you have to study for like I think it's like 5-6 years, but when it comes to determining these things, they actually have a scientific I think it's actually quite impressive, but it's where they carry out scientific studies and all of that. It's one of the most impressive things in the world. But yeah, that's how they would determine. They would use the same ways that the government would use, or the same methods that the government would use. They will use the exact same method in order to determine what the correct age should be.
So you believe that they were correct in assessing that the correct age a woman or a female, let's say, can have
a minor
is 14.
Yes, I agree with the Catholic Church that 14, 16, under the Catholic paradigm, okay, of following the Catholic religion, not following secular laws that allows you to be promiscuous and so on, the right age for people. And I think it would actually be better if today we had people getting married at that age rather than later, because we know what happens when people get married later. They accumulate body counts, they do all types of stuff and all of that, and it ruins families. So I would actually say 14 and 16 is a good age to get married.
So
Physically, hold on. Physically, let me just finish with this last bit.
Yeah.
Physically, a woman has we determined that the average age for what do you call it, period, menstruation is 11, right? So she would have had a couple of years, all right, on her 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so she would have developed physically.
No, so
And
what do you think would happen if you went into Speaker's Corner today and said, guys, I was going to make an announcement. I think 14-year-old women should be married and having sex. What do you think the common response would be?
Sorry, JM. You said woman. I think you mean minor.
Well, let's just say. Well, no, I'm going to say because obviously, if he's saying that, he is assuming that they're women. So I'm
But you're
asking,
not.
what
You
would
said
happen?
the common response would be one that you're giving me right now,
What is that?
which is I can't answer it once all the facts are laid out.
What?
Because let's be honest, bro, you're okay. Actually, no, I cannot say that about you said. No, you're not okay with it. But the way you've come to the conclusion that it should be 18, the way you came up to that conclusion, that's exactly what that's how the government came to the conclusion that girls today in this country can be promiscuous at 16.
Okay, but I think overall point.
Let me just finish this. Let me just finish this, please, I beg you.
Yeah.
If the issue is sex, if the issue is intimacy, if the issue is consummation, if that is the issue, then how different is that? Okay, the government is saying at 16 a girl can engage in that, a boy can engage in that. That's what they're saying, because that's the only thing that separates the Catholic position from the secular position.
Okay, can I interrupt?
Yeah,
because there's a lot of talking here. Octavio is now. You've spent quite a bit of time pointing out that in the UK you cannot get married before the age of 18, and that the Catholic Church is bound to the law of the land. But yet now the law of the land is immoral, so therefore it shouldn't be bound to it. I don't know what's going on there. Secondly, you say that the priests are medical people, learned people who would be as learned as the state, but they have greater morals than the state. Is that how I've understood what you're saying?
I didn't say any of that.
Have I understood it that way? JM, have I summarized?
I don't know how you've understood. You understood it in a crazy way as usual.
Okay,
just surmise it again.
Okay, so
I don't know what Hassan is going on about, bro.
Okay. So now you're pretending not to know. Okay, cool.
No,
so
I'm not pretending not to know. I'm saying that I'm saying when it comes to dealing with matters, for example, whether a woman is ready to have babies and so on and so forth. The Catholic Church does have, and we can look this up. The Catholic Church deals with science. Even when determining miracles, they deal with they carry out scientific investigations in order to find out if there is an explanation for such miracles. I did say that the Catholic Church does have priests, and I'm not saying that they rely purely on priests, but does have it has a no, it's not learned. Like there's doctors, there's all.
That's what learned means.
A lot of them comes from these backgrounds.
I have to say this so quickly. I find it strange that Nelson is saying that these so-called priests have used science, essentially secular studies, to determine that the age of consent should be basically 14.
I never said that. I never said that. Science is not determined by secularism. Science is determined by the scientific method established by Francis Bacon, which was a Christian. So there's a scientific method. There's a scientific method to determine what science is and what isn't. What science is.
But my point I was making.
But JM, I haven't finished my point though.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So the point I was making is Octavio is making a point that the people in the Catholic Church, people who make these kind of laws, aren't ignorant people. They are as intelligent and academically as capable as the government. But because they have a moral foundation, they're able to come to conclusions where they wouldn't say you can get married at 18, but you can have sex at 16, which is morally inconsistent, which allows promiscuity and things of this nature, if I've understood it correctly. Having said that, am I wrong?
Yeah, you're wrong.
Okay, let me carry on my point. Let me just debunk one thing then, because apparently I'm wrong in everything I'm interpreting, which is quite a convenient thing for you to say.
Explain, I will, but you're wrong, absolutely.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Keep struggling to defend this.
I'm not struggling. I'm actually having fun.
You really are. You really are. First of all, the scientific method was established by a Muslim about 1,000 years before.
Still haven't shown one hadith yet.
I was going to give it to you, but we had to rush to the Catholic Church. We had to rush. Oh, that's a bit rude, Octavio.
That's why
you don't do that.
That's why you run out of WhatsApp.
Please don't mock the way I'm speaking. It's not a polite thing to do. I listened to you for quite a while, going back and forth.
Be civilized, please.
You're the one mocking me. You're the one going like you're the features or something. That's not a nice way to speak.
And you wasn't mocking, no?
Did I mock the way you speak? Did I go like this?
Oh, can we be civilized and just carry on with the conversation? You're losing.
Okay. No problem. Let me slaughter every argument that you're going to present.
Never seen one hadith.
There we go. Keep interrupting. Fair enough. I understand. It's great to have JM here. Let me make it very clear. And JM, please, can you hear me?
JM went to sleep, bro.
JM, you still on?
He went for a nap.
JM, you're still on mute.
Nap time. It's nap time.
JM, you're still on mute if you can't hear me.
It's nap time, bro.
Because we need JM here. We need it.
Nap
JM.
time, bro. It's nap time.
Anyway, so let me make this very clear. I hope JM's listening, and I'm going to repeat it if he comes back.
Yeah, go on.
The Catholic Church wasn't using anything that the government was using in determining these laws. It was not using a scientific method. If you're stating the government uses scientific methods to determine these, and you have conceded that point, the government of Italy and the government of the UK in the 1980s established the age of marriage at 18. So when the Catholic Church says 14 years old for a girl, they're making it up. They're just writing a number. There is no scientific deductions taken into effect. It's just men who are a law unto themselves, writing what they want to write. And this is ultimately the problem with the Catholic Church. But that's a topic for another show.
Guys, it's been 2 hours now, 2.5, 2 hours, 50 minutes. I know you guys are continuing, but I'm going to have to...
Let's have a final thoughts, man. Let's have a final thoughts, man. I think it's only right.
Did you want to say something, JM? I don't know.
No, it's okay. I'll say my final.
The clips. Yeah, go ahead. Jam,
So
final thoughts. Jam, go ahead.
I think Nelson did prove his point that Islam technically allows the marriage of very young children. I won't say babies, very young children.
But that was his point.
If we talk about pubescent, prepubescent children marrying, divorcing, and marrying, we're talking about at least 4 to 5, 6-year-olds potentially who could potentially be involved in marriage. So I think Nelson kind of did make his point there. But I also think that we've established that, technically the Catholic Church can also permit child marriage. And so those are my final thoughts essentially.
Yes, Hassan?
Yeah, sure. So Octavio didn't prove anything because he did not quote Islam. He quoted the Quran without hadiths and some false tafsirs. Secondly, he said quite a lot of things. I should have taken note. The Catholic Church, by canon law, allows child marriage. A 14-year-old can marry a 50-year-old or a 70-year-old, and there's nothing in canon law that disproves that. There is an appeal to authority, but it depends on the morals of the authority at the time. If the authority decides certain things can go and certain things can't go, this church will sway this way and sway that way. Its appeal and its desire to present itself as somewhat different than Islam is only because the Catholic Church, or Christianity to a certain degree, as a whole, I don't want to misrepresent Christianity as a whole because the Catholic Church doesn't represent Christianity as a whole, is that it's on its knees. It wants to present, or Catholic apologists or Christian apologists want to present Islam as being something strange and absurd and foreign and weird. But they really want to hide what they write. They don't want that to be exposed. They don't want the canon law, and they'll filibuster and argue all day. Oh, well, no, Islam is not recognized, and they can marry babies and without providing any evidence, and not even allowing the hadith to be presented, which I will be posting in underneath this discussion. But as soon as you scratch beneath the surface and look at some of their laws and some of their practices, it is as foreign as any other religion, because Christianity is on its knees. It tries to hide its true face. Yeah, that's me done.
All right. Hassan hasn't presented any hadiths to back up any of his argument. In fact, he presented no evidence at all. I gave him the Quran. That was Surah 65:4. Guys, go and check it out. I gave him tafsirs. Even the tafsir that he didn't agree with, I gave him another tafsir. Even that one, I said, I grant you that. You don't like this tafsir, that's fine. Okay, let's look at another tafsir. And as JM rightly pointed out, Nelson won the debate because he proved this case. I know he didn't use the word baby, so I'll use it for him. And I know that's exactly what JM meant in his heart of hearts, because JM is an honest guy, man. You know what I'm saying? Islam allows men to marry babies. It's a disgusting and evil religion. It's pedophilia. It's a pedophilia cult. I know that's burning Hassan deep down, but it's the truth. Hassan hasn't proven anything. He hasn't given no evidence, and is out here chatting high and mighty. Does the Catholic Church allow child marriages? No, it doesn't. It doesn't allow child marriage, because how the Catholic Church defines how a child is in comparison to, for example, England or secularism, even secularism amongst themselves, they are all over the place with it, because you go to different parts of Europe and you'll see different ages of consent. Like Hassan pointed out, if you go to Spain, it's a different age of consent in comparison to thingy. And we didn't touch on this, but guess what? Secularism has an age of consent for sex, and it has an age of consent for marriage. Okay, and I believe that the contention here was sex. Okay, sex was the contention. So we could, when it comes to secularism and marriage, you can forget about that, and we can concentrate. Really, true. What we should have concentrated is the age of consent when it comes to sex. Okay, and when it comes to sex, guess what the age of consent for most of Europe is? It's between the ages of 14 and 16. Exactly. So to say that the Catholic Church is wrong for having the age of consent between the ages of 14 for a female and 16 for male is being completely disingenuous, because according to secularism, which is what you guys are appealing to, according to their studies, psychological studies, scientific studies, and so on and so forth, they determined that the age that a girl should be having sex is between the ages of 14 and 16, and that is all across Europe. Okay, so that is they okay with children. If you guys gonna call that bad, okay, if you're gonna call what the Catholic Church prescribes 14, 16 as bad, well, guess what? Why are you not just as appalled? And this is where the hypocrisy comes in. Why are you not just as appalled at this secular world, which you guys appeal to, because you guys are a bunch of atheists, well, one is a Muslim, which you guys appeal to, because they allow 14 and 16-year-olds to have sex. Okay, why are you not appalled by that? JM said he is appalled by that, so I'm gonna give JM credit for that. He thinks it should be 18. Okay, but yeah, that's one point. I won the debate fair and square. We all know Islam is evil, and it's a pedophilia cult, and I won the debate fair and square. JM has admitted it. The clips will be coming out soon. Stay tuned.
I give you permission to clip.
I give myself permission to do so. And it's basically done. JM, thank you, my brother. I really appreciate it. JM tried to back the Muslim brother, but it didn't work. But you tried your best, Jam. Guys, salute to everyone in the chat. Dub, sorry, Hassan, I know you're probably triggered by now. if you want to say any last words and all of that type of stuff, it's fine. But salutes to Dub, salutes to Michael Malzahn, and salutes to Von Eric as well. Steve C, everyone that's contributed. Salute to all you guys for joining us. This is a big win for Christianity. Hassan, if you've got any last words, bro, please keep it to 10 seconds max. We don't want to hear sermon. Go ahead, brother, because I know you're hurt right now. I know you're hurt.
Not really. I read your canon law, and it confirms your religion it confirms that your religion supports child marriage, but by your own definition, they're not children. So if we're going to go by definitions, then no objective measure, then you can define anything as you want. I don't give you permission to clip me, but you're, as a dishonorable person at times, you will just clip people out of context. So
my Christian mercy has no bounds. Sorry, did you finish, bro? So I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I finished. You know I haven't finished, but you want to do.
Sorry, bro. I didn't.
I know it hurts for the Catholic Church to be exposed because it's the weak link in Christianity. It really is. It really is. The laws of did you notice I didn't quote the Bible once? Not once. Straight to Catholic law. The easiest way. Easy. Cheat code. But yeah, I'm done. But I'll say this much. I wouldn't have done this on any other podcast. This is the only podcast where it doesn't really get disrespectful or personal, and people are allowed time to speak their point. And so thank you very much to Octavio. Thank you for JM. Despite the frustrations that we may have in this discussion, it's better than 99% of podcasts I've seen or been on. So thank you.
And just to back what Hassan said, guys, listen. Just because I managed to, and I want to, give Hassan a shout out to him, even though he had to run out the WhatsApp group. Anyways, just want to say that Hassan, just because Islam teaches this, it does not mean that Muslims are doing this. Okay, all right. Not every Muslim, the majority of Muslims, I believe this is wrong, and they don't do any of this type of stuff, and a lot of them are suffering from cognitive dissonance because they don't even believe in this type of stuff. They don't even Hassan is not like that at all. This is not a reflection on Hassan and who he is as a person and what he even believes as far as Islam goes. So just because I'm debating, even if you think I won the debate, please don't take it as, oh, this means this Muslim here that he's debating with is probably does this type of stuff. Please, this is not to encourage hatred towards Muslims. I'm against Islam, not Muslims. Muslims are made in the image of God, like any other human being on earth. So guys, don't take it out on Muslims, okay? And shout outs to everyone that has interacted. Peace.
And in the words of the Catholic Pope, all religions lead to God.
He said that. There's an explanation behind that. But anyways, peace, guys, before we get